Early in March 2018, I had a moment, a crisis of failure in reality, where one of my businesses was on the verge of disintegrating right before I got married. The overwhelm, the fear, the dread that I was sensing, and the struggle, you can't imagine, because I needed to provide for the wedding. I needed to provide for my bride. I needed to provide for this whole amazing experience we had crafted for our guest. And what ended up happening is I lost almost 50% of my income for the year right before we were about to get married. And yet, I was reminded of part of the journey of us being an entrepreneur, of being a creator, is that you are going to get punched in the face. You are going to get kneed in the stomach with failure. Failure is going to taunt you. It's going to challenge you. It's going to chisel you. It's going to come after you again and again and again and again. It's like the deepest battle that we face in our lives is within ourselves, and is within this battle of failure, is within this battle of overcoming the odds of facing our own gauntlet. You know, if you think of the great stories throughout history, man, they defied the odds. Frodo defied the odds. You know, William Wallace, whoever it may be, right? You look at the great entrepreneurial journeys, Walt Disney, Steve Jobs, even modern day Elon Musk. The guy invested so much in his businesses at one point that he had to borrow money to pay rent. You know, he's been on the on the edge of complete failure time and time again, with Tesla, with SpaceX. And for my own journey and for your own journey, while we may not be Elon Musk, we may not be Steve Jobs, but we still have our own journey to follow. And as I think about how do we overcome this failure, how do we interpret failure, how do we rise back up when things don't go the way we plan? And rarely do they go the way we plan. How do we overcome these fears? It's a shift. It's got to be a shift internally of recognizing this is resistance. And it's going to taunt you, and it's going to challenge you, and it's going to stare you in the face and tell you, you suck, you can't make it, you can't do this. And yet, you know, part of you believes that you can. And there's a divine spirit maybe that is nudging you forward and helping you believe that it is possible, that you are capable, that you are enough, that you will figure this out if you don't give up.